Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I've been meaning to ask you, are you using a guide for this game?
I'm referencing one of like where to go next on the open world.
Okay, does it have like, oh shit, don't fuck this up moments?
No, but I went to that website that I've now forgotten the title of that I think you're leading me to.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you the other day.
Fake net, what's that website called?
Go here before you play or something?
Initializing FakeNet.
Beforeyouplay.com, a website on the internet.
Thanks, FakeNet. It's
But no, I'm trying to experience it organically and yet on course.
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to play this game to get the perfect ending in 108 Stars of Destinies?
Course.
Good. Okay, just making sure.
I'm being comprehensive and thorough for my podcast.
Okay, don't fuck it up, because you can fuck it up. Keep multiple save files. Do you want to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, where we are currently covering the game Suikoden. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hey, Eric, what's up, dude?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for coming to the basement. I'm feeling energetic about it. No one in this house gives me energy, so thank you for joining me to give me energy.
They're all energy vampires that take it away from you?
Not all of them. 2 of them are. We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hello, RealNet. You can also join the RealNet and get early access and bonus episodes and all that whatnot stuff at patreon.com/retroam. This episode is brought to you by Controller Freak. Thanks, Controller Freak. We appreciate you.
I'm not Mark Shepard, but you're welcome, Chris.
Controller Freak's been around for a while, so we definitely appreciate you. But we also appreciate equally people who joined yesterday. We all you're all our children. We love you all the same.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion and companion to the artificial intelligence Alpha Core that initiated the conflict that started off the video game Omega Boost.
Initializing FakeNet.
It should be no surprise that I would choose AI over a human being, especially if I get to time travel a mech to 1946.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome, Chris.
You big Omega Boost fan, Chris? Giant flying robots in space. Mecha shooter.
I feel like I've played it before. What system is it on?
PlayStation 1 from the developers of Gran Turismo.
Oh, no, I don't think I played it.
Fantastic. I played it all day yesterday, and by all day I mean 30 minutes.
Whenever I want to play a shoot 'em up, I just default to 1942 Strikers.
I see where your head's at, but this is closer to Star Fox.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, great. Yeah, there needs to be more Star Fox.
Three-dimensional
shoot 'em up. That's not Star Fox. Yeah.
Chris, before we head back there, we didn't actually get to this on our first episode. How many times in your life have you played through Suikoden?
Oh, that's a really good question, Eric. I want to say 5, maybe 6.
Jesus.
Yeah, a lot. But none of those have occurred, let's say, in the past
20 years.
15, 20 years. Yeah.
Something that's interesting, though, because when I was growing up, like, I played through an RPG once, and that was it. It was weird for me to think about revisiting them and going back to them because there was always another one I could play.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I had played it at least once when I borrowed it from somebody. So I bought it, played it again multiple times, and then here we are.
And where are we in the game, Chris?
We have returned to the beautiful golden capital of Greg Minster.
As beautiful Golden City plays.
Or beautiful golden capital, depending on how you have it. And we must go and report back to Craze. We have completed our mission of getting the astral projections. No, astral conclusions.
Conclusions,
yes.
Right.
And we have to walk all the way back to Craze's little desk office thing.
Well, Futch resolves to go have a look around the Capitol and ask the dragon if they would like to go to the theater.
Oh, yeah, good point. I missed that. Yeah.
Did I dream that? Because that's in my notes.
No,
that's
memory. Yeah, okay. I forgot to copy it over to my today notes. Yeah, is there a theater here? I don't know. I've never seen one. But also, are dragons allowed in the theater? Also,
if they can fit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Dragons have trouble seeing in front of them, like watching a theater because their eyes are on opposite sides of their head, like a hammerhead shark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, predators face forward. My next question, how do I heal? I can't sleep in my own damn ass bed.
Oh, you got to go to the inn and stay.
The inn or the bar? The inn is the bar. Why do they force children to sleep at the bar?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Did Marie say anything special to you when you tried to stay there?
No, not this time.
I remember this. I don't think we covered this, but if you go there, this may have to occur when Gremio is not in your party, like early in the game. But she's asking you, "Oh, did you and Gremio get in a fight?
Oh dear.
Is that why you have to sleep here?" Which is pretty funny. So anyway, you ready to report back to Commander Craze? Is he a commander or captain? Captain of the Imperial Guard? He's definitely not a commander. He can't be a commander. Where am I getting commander from?
Shepherd?
Possibly.
Royal Palace consultation plays.
Yes.
Some guy in a red nutcracker outfit is behind Craze. This is Kanan?
Kanan.
How do you say 2 A's?
I would say 2 A's is always a long A, like an aw.
Kanan.
Yeah, Kanan, but I've always said it in my head as Canaan because of the Promised Land.
He laughs and says Craze will be furious that we took our time.
Yeah.
I talked to Craze from the side, and Suikoden auto-walks Tyr back over to in front of the desk.
Oh, yeah, we've got to stage this scene properly.
There is a lot of staging in this game where it moves the sprites like with very deliberate motion.
Yeah. Kanan's appearance, Eric, how do you have him?
Red nutcracker outfit.
Okay, I've got like Fat M. Bison. So,
excuse me, do you mean dictator?
yes, dictator, excuse me. Is that how they say that in the FGC?
Yes.
They say dictator as not to confuse people. What?
Region differences.
I know that, but why didn't they just like
unfuck it?
just fix it?
They have identities, Chris. You can't just ruin them based on region.
I know.
Miles, tails, per hour. He's 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Craze says he was sick of waiting for us. Hurry up and give me the astral conclusions. Craze is relieved that Tyr isn't totally useless. Tyr apparently shows little enthusiasm for his next assignment, as Craze chastises Tyr for not looking happier and realizing it's an honor to be able to work for the man.
The man.
The man.
Yeah, we are working for the man.
Kanan then jumps up and says Craze is right, and Pawn offers a ho-hum. And this is where you get your first sense that Kanan is like a yippity yes man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Craze then tells us about a place called Rockland.
Yep.
Over to the east. Quote, for some reason, this town has failed to pay its taxes.
And the whole time Craze is telling you this stuff, Kanan, is that what we said?
Yeah.
It's canon and it's Kanan. Kanan parrots everything that he says. He
sometimes in slightly different words. He's like a hype man in a promo.
Yeah. He's definitely a yes man, as you said. They're making us fucking tax collectors, Eric.
Yes.
Did you know that you would be made a tax collector when playing Suikoden?
I expected it.
Okay.
There's always a slight chance when you're playing some kind of medieval fantasy.
That's true.
So on the final one, Craze actually tells Kanan to shut the fuck up, and there's a gag where Kanan tells our party to stop talking, then Craze clarifies that he's telling Kanan to shut up.
It's a pretty good gag.
That's all right. Mm-hmm. Craze gives up and says to ask the military commander of Rockland about this tax thing. His name is Grady. We have to take Kanan on this mission too, who then says, I'm your superior guard. Disobeying me means disobeying the Empire.
Yeah.
Cleo calls Kanan a creep to his face.
Hell yeah. Cleo, by the way, Cleo rules.
Cleo's all right.
Yeah, I really do.
She's kind of like along for the ride, but also offering wry commentary at very valuable times.
I feel like she has the most well-developed moral compass, but I think we'll get there later.
So Kanan follows Victory Sound. Then I'm at the world map, tiny characters in a huge world place.
Yeah, I love being tiny characters on the Great Plains. Did
you fight anything out here? This is our first actual like world map experience.
Yeah.
If you didn't leave earlier and get murdered by mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
That
and by the way,
Nile.
yeah, and the world map is very cute. Like there's a very specific world map sprite of Tyr, and his hair is kind of flopping in the wind.
It's an interesting abstraction because if you look at games, let's say soccer games on the 3DO and Jaguar, they all kind of look like this, where they were trying to figure out they have additional resolution and more colors, but they're still really bad at rendering a lot of little characters on one screen. And I don't think Suikoden has a lot of characters on the screen yet that are this little, but am I right to assume later there will be many characters this size on a screen of this size?
No.
No?
No.
No. The only, as far as I remember, the only representation of any character on the Great Plains or world map is Tyr.
But aren't there big army battles in this game? Do those characters have physical representations on the world?
No, none of the characters do. They're all like generic.
Man.
Yeah.
Dragon Force, this is not.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
So what'd you fight out here?
Some more furs.
Yep.
Some crows.
Yeah.
That's about it, right? Oh, I think later on, maybe not now, but later on I ran into a boar.
Wild boar, please.
Yeah, wild boar. Wild boars are great because if they, when they do their charge, they've got a tire screeching noise when they loop around the screen. It's pretty funny.
I fought some bonbons.
Bonbons?
Yeah, puffy gray things.
Oh, those were furs. Could be.
Fake Net, what am I talking about?
Initializing FakeNet.
Bonbons are blue palette swap furfurs. Furfurs are found in Magician's Island, while bonbons are on the world map near Gregminster.
I may have just not had it because the encounter rate is not too bad. Like
no, it's not. Yeah, it's actually reasonable.
You could make the trip without running into anything if you really needed to.
Find a town. We'll talk about it later, but I actually went down there and sharpened my weapon.
Oh, to Linenkamp?
Yeah. I went and leveled everybody up to level 10, even though you said grinding was useless. This is before I knew this.
Yeah.
In this game. And there's some extremely 1996 shit where inventory is per character.
Yeah, it's not great. Later on, you'll get a shared storage, but you can't take that shared storage with you.
So like in Resident Evil item box then?
Yes, or a Diablo treasure chest kind of thing.
Inventory was not solved in 1995, was it?
Well, it was solved. Final Fantasy had no problem with this. But Suikoden tried to do something and
Metal Gear
failed.
had some pretty fucked inventory stuff too.
Yeah.
All right, Rockland?
Yeah, we... oh, by the way, before we go there, I was also able to go all the way to Mount Tiger Wolf, but I knew I knew I was way too weak for it, so I didn't do anything. You can explore pretty far, but what's the... isn't there an RPG term for when the game is gated by strong monsters, not necessarily by...
Environmental hazards or something like that?
It's like beef
O'Brady's.
Beef walls. Beef gate.
Walls?
Shy Guy 32 says beef gate.
I feel like we've talked about that before, and it's been so long that I've already forgotten about that, and now I get to experience it again for the first time.
I mean, Dragon Quest 1 was built like that. You couldn't progress too far without running into...
Honestly, that saves me from myself.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't give somebody Xenoblade levels of exploration right off the bat.
No.
So the abstraction of Rockland on the world map, it's just 3 silos and a dirt field. What do you read from that? Is this place poor?
Yeah. This is full of... what's the word they use for poor people in this game? Hilljack? Not Hilljack.
Hilljack?
No.
Hillbilly.
Country bumpkin.
Hick? Okay.
Yeah, they've all got Goku accents.
Kansai accents. Rockland, I walk in and the track Rockland plays.
Yeah. Is Rockland supposed to be referring to the rock music of Rockland?
I don't know, man. Like the song titles in this are either exactly on the nose or terrible abstractions.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to read into that.
Yeah.
It's just alliteration. I'm not entirely sure. This place has stone roads, but it's all mostly covered in sand or dirt. The first person I talk to is Marco.
Yes, Marco is a portrait character. I don't know what Marco presents as, male or female. At first I thought female, but Marco is a male name.
I thought for sure it was lady. Yeah. I'm constantly losing my ability to differentiate.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter, but yes, Marco is our first minigame character. I think this game has 3 minigames.
Okay.
And did you play?
Yeah, I played.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hey there, fella. How about a contest in music? Joy Joy Time plays.
Joy Joy Time is a great track. I love Joy Joy Time.
What kind of game is this, Chris?
It's a Jumbotron game.
A gamble, yes. The games that you now experience on Jumbotrons in the middle of the second quarter at a football game.
Yeah.
Where they put a ball under a cup and then some shisty person shifts all the balls around or shifts the cup around and like take your eye off the ball type shit.
Yeah, your team's down 27-7. This is supposed to make you happy. Yeah. It doesn't.
Chris, what's special about this cup game?
It's gambling.
Yeah, well, it is gambling, but it can be manipulated.
Oh, it can?
Are you being facetious?
What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't know about this?
No.
Oh, man. When I was reading whatever about Suikoden, it wasn't a fact. It was like something like a year ago. Someone brought it up when we were talking about Suikoden.
Oh, the infinite money trick or whatever?
Yeah. Well, not infinite money, but what you can do is there's only a handful of patterns this can go in. So you bet... You play it, and then you write down right, middle, left, middle, and then you hit the reset button and reload it, and it's the exact same pattern.
Gotcha.
And you can do this forever and bet 10,000 bits every single time. Chris.
Are you rich now?
I'm rich.
Good job.
I have 9,999 bits.
Wow. That good job, Eric.
Thank you.
This game does require a bit of money management because you've got...
Not anymore.
I know it doesn't for you. Because upgrading weapons, as you know, is not a cheap thing.
Yeah.
And you have so many characters, so...
Now, you could say that I'm breaking the spirit of the game, but I'm just solving an anxiety.
One thing that we should tell you, and one of the reasons I was asking you about reading an FAQ at the top of the podcast, was that once we get to those big army battles, characters can randomly just die.
Forever? Just permadeath in this game?
Yeah. And it's completely random. And...
The reset button makes it not random, sir.
You must do that if you want to get the best ending.
That sounds harsh.
It's bad. I believe both games deal with that permadeath thing, but the level of the character and I believe the weapon upgrade of the characters will influence whether or not that happens.
So it's not like me playing Mass Effect 2's ending over and over, hoping Morden doesn't take 2 slugs in the neck?
Yeah, that's right, Shepard.
Okay, how long did you mess with Marco? Did you play this at all? You're like, hey, Marco, what's up? See you again in 20 years?
I just played enough to get my Joy time in.
Okay.
Once I got plenty of joy out of Joy time, then I was ready to roll.
Joy time ends and Rockland resumes.
Indeed. I've got some Rockland facts from Suikosource.com.
All right.
This place is full of dirt. That's one I made up. The population is 2,700 people.
I thought you were just going to say 27.
Yeah, well, it could be. Rockland is a small village situated to the east of Gregminster. Rockland is famous for its stew. I don't know where that comes from. I'm starting to think that most of the facts here are just the citation is just the game, like things you can learn in the game by talking to NPCs and stuff.
Well, I've spoken to every NPC, Chris.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Chinchilla?
The name of that game, Chinchirorin
Ding noise.
is also a favorite pastime of Rockland citizens. That's the cup game. That's what it's called. The houses in Rocklands are, true to its name, made of rocks.
Pastime of the cup game. There's that David Cross joke of him dying and going to heaven and taking his Xbox, and like a kid has like a paddle with the ball, and he's like, oh, no, you can't. You wouldn't understand this. This would blow your mind. I get to have this, not you. So
Yeah.
they just have cup game forever.
It's great. Next person I talked to was a regular guy who said that the military commander's house is all the way up there, and Grady's his name. He's a real scoundrel. Not a nice thing to say about somebody. Then I went into a tiny house on the left. There's a hungry child in here.
Yes.
The fatherman says that he doesn't really give a shit about no emperor that came into some power some years ago. It doesn't make a difference out here in this village. The mom says that no matter how hard we work, life gets worse and worse. She almost invokes the name of that fucking guy Grady, but she stops herself short because she doesn't want to say his name. Or maybe she's invoking the name of the emperor. I'm not sure who she's mad at.
Remember when we played Final Fantasy VIII and I was wondering if there was any sign of poverty anywhere?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're actually experiencing it here. There is some class and wealth disparity in this rundown town.
Yeah, and I think from the perspective of this game's narrative, you need that. But also, like, I think it's...
To, like, influence the need for a rebel faction against... Because, like,
Yeah.
Regminster, I was like, oh, yeah, the Empire's all right. Now we're like, hey, fuck the Emperor.
Yeah, and also the idea of, like, out here in this blue-collar town, whatever's going on in that castle doesn't really affect us at all, other than them taking our fucking money.
Did you talk to the guy in the orange tunic and blue jeans who says why Rockland is called Rockland?
No.
He says because except for rocks, it's barren land.
Oh, well, that's great.
Did you talk to the graveyard?
I did talk to the graveyard. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Go ahead.
You want to read some graves?
Yeah, go ahead. You go
Grave
first.
1. Here lies a troubled man. Loneliness is a slow-acting but fatal poison.
True.
Damn.
Yeah.
You do one.
Here lies a nameless soldier. For me, war was life itself. This is
Married to his job.
Yeah, this is the grave of Solid Snake.
Here lies a farmer. As long as there was gentle sunlight, I was able to grow anything. And this land is barren, by the way. They have overgrown. They did not do crop rotation or had not invented it yet.
Yeah, I like how everyone gets to write their own epitaph because these are all in first person.
Yeah.
It's great. Do we get to do that?
I would like to be cremated, but if I'll come up with one for the next episode.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Here lies an ordinary mother. Good night until we meet again.
4 out of 10 on that one. Sorry,
that
do
one's-
better
Yeah.
in the next life. Next one. Last word of a woman who died on the street. Clive, forgive me for not dying at your hands.
Yeah. Fun fact, Eric, Clive's a character in this game.
Yeah, I wanted to know if we'd ever, figure out what this meant, and there is
Yeah.
a solution to this problem.
Yes. More on that later.
Here lies a poet. As evidence of my life, I leave behind a song that will be my epitaph. He didn't.
Yeah, this would have been better if it was like Here lies a poet, and then it rhymed.
What's your all-time favorite epitaph?
Here lies Dracula. Simon Belmont killed him.
Okay. Mine is Jack Lemmon's that just says Jack Lemmon and then nothing because he's dead.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to the children off to the right?
Yeah, there's a kid that thinks that we are not an Imperial soldier because we did not hit him.
We didn't hit him.
Yeah,
We
but
didn't beat the shit out of him.
fun fact, we are, in fact, Imperial soldiers, but I guess we're nice. There's a little girl here too.
Yeah.
She says that the bandits have returned to Mount Seifu in the east.
That's where they're hiding out.
Mhm.
So we had a side quest bulletin, bandit hideout, Mount Sifu.
Yeah, we've got a bandit situation here.
Also, the girl here has blue hair. Is this our first blue hair? Is this natural? Do we read anything
I
into
don't
this?
recall her having blue hair, but
One of the kids in Knights had
fix
blue
your
hair.
cables.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fix my... Maybe it was a bandana. I just can't see it.
cool. Did you go to the armor shop?
Yep.
Yep. Did you talk to the guy in there?
Somewhere in my notes. You go ahead.
Okay, he says that you didn't used to have to carry a weapon until last year. Or no, I'm sorry. He says that you didn't have to carry a weapon last year, but it's got so dangerous that you've got to carry one now. Which this is my dad.
Oh, did he think you should have an oscillating baton?
No, my dad just like all of a sudden became a gun person.
Oh, did he turn 70?
No,
65.
he is 70. No, but I'm not really sure. I think it's just because, these streets are dangerous these days.
Yeah, we live in the fucking suburbs, Chris.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
My mom doesn't use certain freeway entrances anymore because she's afraid she'll get carjacked.
Do people carjack at freeway entrances?
It is a thing. By a thing, I mean twice in 6 months. Did you go to the inn?
I did.
Behind the counter are two identical guys in jeans and orange tunics who look just like the explained Rockland guy right outside.
Mm-hmm.
Are there clones here, or is this a limitation of a sprite set?
We have 108 unique sprites for our Stars of Destiny.
So you're asking too much?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a third guy who looks just like them in the back and wonders why you're staring at his face unless you think he's handsome.
Yeah.
Touch of homophobia, Chris?
Yeah, just like Terranigma. Patreon.com/RetroAM. Terranigma miniseries. It's good.
House above Marco?
Oh, wait, there's more at the end.
There's more at the end. I'm sorry. That was different. The innkeeper immediately tells Kanan that they're all out of tea. Kanan responds and says, "Then what's all that you've got lined up there?" My guy then laughs and says that their supply is unfit to serve Imperial bigwigs. Some guy in the back room says, "Wow, cool outfit, Imperial." So they have tea, but they think Kanan has exquisite taste and don't want to sully his taste buds with their dirt tea.
One of the old guys there says that fine scenery and a bit of food make tea taste better. Boorish Imperials make tea taste lousy.
So they're measuring taste by tea and...
Well, they're like, we're seeing you assholes, and now you're making my tea taste bad.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. So now all the tea is poison.
That's the old guy that doesn't mind talking down to the Imperials. The other guy's just like, I think they're making excuses not to serve them.
Okay. To that guy that says he has a cool outfit.
Yeah.
Kanan laughs and says, "That's right." And this guy replies, "Wow, you're so lucky. Are you so fat because you get to eat well?" So he asks Kanan that, and Kanan no-sells it with no response.
Yeah. He's been owned.
Yeah.
He knows when to stop. I've got a tiny house to the right of the inn.
Above Marco, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. What's the lady in here say?
She says the Imperials take away the food as quickly as they can prepare it. So does that mean that they're like waiting for her to get done cooking it and then coming in and taking it?
Well, I was wondering if it was the thing where, that weird amendment where if there's soldiers in your city, they can stay in your house?
Yeah, that's what amendment is that?
How should I know? I'm an American. But is that what's happening here? That is a real amendment. I didn't make that up. Right?
I have Airwolf says it's the third amendment. Yeah, I was thinking it was somewhere around the second. Because God damn it.
One of the first 10.
Yeah, it's like no quartering or whatever. Yeah. Is that what it's called?
No, quarterings happened to William Wallace, I believe, where they tied his hands and feet to ropes and set horses in 4 different directions and he got quartered.
Oh, I thought that was... I don't know what I'm talking about.
Perhaps there's multiple definitions for quartering.
Hold on. I have where Airwolf has it here. Let's read it. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house.
I see. So
only
during wartime.
Yeah, without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Eric Von Innen, did I say that right? Says the William Wallace thing, that's called being drawn and quartered.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, yeah.
So thanks, RealNet, for helping us out there.
Talking
tonight.
Execution methods and soldier lodging.
Yeah, we don't know anything. I do know that there's a man in this house also who says that the Imperials are trash. Not literally, but he wonders what the hell is up with Emperor Barbarossa.
Trash like Ramses.
Yep. But I would imagine that most of these people are like people who don't know who the president is. They're just...
Yeah, what does it matter to them?
They're isolated.
They're forgotten.
Yeah. I guess they probably do know now since the Imperials are doing their thing.
We're ready to tackle the big house at the north end.
Yeah, this is Grady's house. It is noticeably larger than every other house here.
Its own well is out back too, so they have their own water source.
Yep. One of the doors is locked, so we have to go in the other one. And
a lot of houses in Suikoden with 2 front doors.
Yeah. And once I go in the other one, a guy stops me wondering who, quote, you fellows are. Kanan pops out and starts yelling about how he's the assistant to the Imperial Guard Commander. Craze.
So it is Commander.
Imperial Guard Commander. Seems like he should be a captain. Kanan demands that Grady get out here. Then the dude runs to go get Grady back in the office.
The dude exits 2 doors up to some guy in a red shirt with a black leather coat, standing at his desk in front of 2 yellow and red dragon banners. I assume these are the Imperial coat of arms.
Yeah, I think so.
Grady assumes it's the villagers who have come to complain again. Quote, tell them to get out of here. Perfect. Grady goes on assuming it's bullshit, and then when he finally listens, he asks the Rockland guy why he didn't tell him sooner.
Yeah. Noticeably, Grady does not have a portrait. He's just some guy.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing to me. Grady moves down and then says, welcome, members of the Imperial Guard. What brings you to this poor country town? Please come in. We all step into his office, and the whole party unloads. Mm-hmm. Kanan notes that it looks like Grady is doing very well here. Grady kind of demurs and says, no, not at all, sir. I can't tell if he's lying. So do you think Grady's doing well, or do you think, is he lying?
Yeah, Grady's skimming off the top.
Okay. Kanan says to cut the shit, and Grady knows we're here about the taxes. Quote, some bandits have settled on nearby Mount Seifu and have been pillaging your local villages. That's why we've been unable to collect taxes and deliver them to you, but I'm glad there's nothing to be worried about now. Kanan doesn't understand what Grady is getting at, so Grady lays it on thicker. I speak, of course, of your arrival. The arrival of the courageous National Guard. Getting rid of the country bandits should be an easy task for you. You're not afraid of them, I'm sure.
The usage of the term National Guard is another, I think, piece of evidence that this game was localized on a spreadsheet, because I think that's the only time we hear the term National Guard.
Instead of Imperial Army.
Yeah, Imperial Army or whatever they call us normally, yeah.
I think it's interesting about how Grady's no dope. Like, he's quickly parlaying this into a situation that benefits him.
Yeah.
So he got some experience in swindling.
Kanan drops a ho ho ho.
Yeah, our first ho 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 of this game.
Which we like, but we don't like him.
No.
And he notes that we will crush them like flies.
Ho ho ho.
Those country bandits. Cleo thinks this is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Our mission is to ... Pawn cuts her off, noting that he has been waiting all day to beat some ass.
Likes to fight guy.
Yeah. Ted, who is also here, is also ready to beat some ass, even though Ted indicated earlier that, or has not indicated that he's an ass beater. I, Tyr, the boy, am also ready to beat ass, so I choose the option, of course.
As opposed to we should return home first.
Yes. Grimios, is that what you picked?
Of course.
Yeah, I want to beat ass too. I'm ready to use mine.
I need to level up.
Yeah.
I just sharpened all my blades.
Yeah. Grimios says that we mustn't. And Cleo says that boys will be boys. Yeah. Me and the boys want to go beat ass.
That's right. That's what you do with your pals.
Yeah. Kanan says that we should fall back. Gremio agrees, but wonders where Mount Seifu is. That seems inconsistent with the previous part of the conversation. Mm-hmm. I think he used the term fall back and maybe didn't mean that.
Has Tyr ever left Gregminster?
Yes.
Is that do you have proof for that due to something later? Or is it because he seems very...
I have some evidence that he may have left.
Okay.
Yeah. It's also possible that he didn't, but there's one thing later I'll point out when we get there. See,
Grady then says Mount Seifu's east of Rockland, which is funny because he's just trying to egg us on to go.
Yeah.
I try to go west in the mansion to talk to some guy in a different room, but the Rockland dipshit says Imperial soldiers must exit this way.
Yeah, there's an armored guy in there guarding a treasure chest. You can kind of barely see it.
It does let me go to the right to Grady's bedroom with a golden dragon bedspread and an extremely modern-looking couch.
He's got a couch in his bedroom.
I get in Grady's bed, and I sit there while I go get a drink of water.
Good.
World map. Tiny characters in a huge world. I walk east with my tiny character in this huge world, finding a clear path at the base of a mountain. It's like a little windy-up path thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mount Seifu music. Distant Mountain plays.
That's what I have as well, and I bop to the flutes of this song. It's a good song.
I wonder if I should have brought some healing items. Also, how do you heal in this game?
Use medicine.
That's right.
Or later in the game, when you get a water rune, the water rune has healing spells. Mount Seifu is 470 meters high. Not sure if you knew that, Eric.
How tall is that in relation to Sidon's house?
Are you asking me or the fake net?
Fake net.
Initializing fake net.
Sitton's house, in Xenogears, is 621 meters above sea level. That makes it 151 meters above Mount Seifu.
Thanks, fake net, because I sure as hell don't know.
No shit, buddy.
What's the name of that mountain at Sighton's house does not have a name, does it?
Fake net.
It doesn't. It's just mountain path.
Fake net.
Initializing fake net.
It does not have a name.
Fine. Its name comes from the cold wind that blows from its summit. Seifu translates to pure/clear wind, according to Suikosource.com. Thank you.
I love pure wind. Pure soybean wind.
Yeah, I love just letting the pure wind touch my face. The temperature is low in the mountain, making it famous for non-native flora and fungi. The mountain is very rugged with cliffs and caves, making it a favorite hideout for bandits throughout the ages. Yes, some more facts from Suikosource.com. The Mount Seifu bandits raid tax convoys heading towards Gregminster. We'll learn about that later. I don't know where they got this from, but it's great. Bandits often lure government troops into antholes so they don't themselves have to fight.
I feel like every one of these facts, some practical joker has just snuck one plausibly real fact in there.
Some fan world building.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it though.
Me too.
I enjoy it.
It's now part of the podcast. It's canon.
Thank you. It's Kanan. Speaking of Kanan, as we begin upward, Kanan tells us not to chicken out because of these bandits. Kanan tells Pawn to take the lead.
What's the weirdest thing here?
Kanan's a chicken wuss. What?
There's a dirt path, but there's also just stairs sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a place that is inhabited by people, so maybe they built the stairs.
Yeah, they
stairs.
built the exact same staircase they have in housing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand the limitation of storytelling and
I know.
tile sets.
It's 1995 era. Come
Yeah.
on. This is Konami's first RPG, I think. I mean, well, not Konami's, but first PlayStation. This is Murayama's first RPG era. Come on.
Someone delivers a pshaw when Conan says he has the leader. He wants to go last in line.
Yeah.
Pshaw. What lets me saw a pshaw in an RPG?
Pshaw.
PSHAW.
Oh, that was it, wasn't it?
Been a while.
I was too focused on writing chicken was in my notes.
It was very good. The Suikoden chicken was count. Bagok won.
Ted is also amped because of all of this.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Gremio rightly tells Ted not to get too amped because he gets to do a violence.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we're fighting people.
Maybe
Ted.
young men get the taste for blood. It's like the thrill in the Sanderson books. They just start hearing it in their head, and once they get one taste, they would just want to start killing and killing over again.
It's funny, too, because Ted is, like, he's already hinted at the fact that of his advanced age, sort of, but also he acts like a 15-year-old boy.
Are there vampires in this game?
Yes.
Are really?
Yes, there is.
Wonderful. Great.
But
like in Fallout 3 where they just think they're vampires.
No,
and they're drinking
there's
blood
vampires
for fun.
in this game, Eric.
Okay.
There's the same vampires in both games, to be honest with you.
Awesome.
But in terms of his not aging thing, we'll talk more about that later. But my question really is just me wondering whether or not Ted is acting like a 15-year-old boy who wants to do violence on purpose, or if he just is perpetually stuck. Like, does he have the 15-year-old hormones because he's stuck in the 15-year-old age, even though he's 300 years old?
I mean, maybe he's never actually killed before. I mean, if I live 300 years, at some point I would start killing people.
Eric,
what?
I know it wasn't written at this time, but Ted is in Suikoden 4, which takes place before this, and he's killed people.
Yeah. But isn't that on boats? Maritime law doesn't... Like, if you kill someone and immediately put the body in the open sea, did you really do anything wrong?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, fine. So we go inside the...
What'd you fight up here?
Some soldier ants first.
You stomped some ants. You didn't fight any bandits?
Not yet. I
Random
fought
battles?
soldier ants first.
Okay.
Do you remember the toy from the 80s called Army Ants? You didn't. I think it was a failed toy.
I had Transformers, sir. Thank you.
So did I. But I had also Army Ants. Anyway, these look like those.
Okay.
The little ant things. They're like
Little combat ants.
yeah, anthropomorphic ants, sort of.
I fought some black wild boar and bandits with multiple varieties of bandana colors.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Did you find a pointed hat?
No, I'd purchased those at Lennon Camp.
Oh, well, I found a pointed hat and put it on Gremio and told him he looked like a Poindexter.
Nice.
Anyway.
Yeah, I appreciate Gremio's earnestness, but what a dork.
He is a dork, but I love Gremio.
If you had a manservant and they were paid adequately and had their own lodgings and didn't live here, would you want them to be like Gremio?
Yeah, Gremio's character class is manservant, isn't it? Manservant with hatchet. Yes.
Free to leave whenever they want.
Answer yes. Did you go in the cave, by the way?
Yes. Pimp.
I have Pimpa.
Pimp plays. What a weird fucking song.
Because the song goes pum 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 pum, right?
Is that real? Did they do the onomatopoeia?
No, I just made that up. Okay. I have no idea. Well, we should. No, we're not going to ask the fake net because we'll figure it out.
They won't.
It's a good dungeon tune. It's used a lot in this game.
I found a chest with boots and medicine. Can you imagine finding boots in a cave and putting them on and kicking ass with them?
Yeah, then using this is what the bandits have stored away.
They're boots from a dead man, Chris.
I do appreciate the fact that we're going to a dungeon and we're actually fighting, like, we're not just fighting monsters, we're fighting the bandits who live here as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I always appreciate when that happens, when you have to fight.
Light colonialism.
Contextual things. Yeah, I mean, we are definitely doing a light colonialism right here.
It's a linear dungeon with few rooms for chests. I also find antique defense rune piece, leggings, and an escape talisman.
Yeah. Do you know what you can do with rune pieces, Eric?
Sell them for money.
You can put them on your weapon.
Shit.
Oh no, excuse me. A defense rune piece is actually not something you put in a weapon. That is a
stats.
A permanent stat boost.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. I try to use all the weird stuff that I get.
You should give all those to tier.
Okay.
Or characters that seem like they're going to be in your party for a long time.
What if I think Gremio needs all the help he can get?
Well, yeah, Gremio. Yeah, you can give him to Gremio.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Eventually, I make it to a circular path dirt room where in the center waits Darth Spider or whatever that shit was from Star Ocean.
The Archimene?
From Star Ocean? From this?
No, from Star Ocean.
No, it was like Darth Widow or something like that.
Oh yeah, well the same sprite was used for the Archimene.
Archimene, yeah.
Darth Widow. Yes, the spider butt lady.
Yes,
is what I usually refer to these as. I wish I knew what the origin of spider butt lady is, but
they're terrifying large spiders. This one has black robot legs, purple torso parts, and red catty obelisk, cyclops eye, face, skin, along with 2 yellow horns in the back.
I'll take it.
It makes you take a longer than necessary path to reach it, passing it by several times to really increase the tension and dread.
Yeah. And you should have that because this is a very difficult, unbeatable boss called the Queen Ant.
Ultimate Enemy plays as it flexes its wing horns.
Yes, Ultimate Messiah.
What's it with? What does it come equipped with to fight?
3 soldier ants, which will constantly refresh.
Yes, I kill them and more drop out of the sky. This is rigged.
Yeah, I didn't remember that this battle was rigged, and I don't think you had attached a rune to Cleo yet.
Of course not.
I did, and I used flaming arrows. And that reminded me how good that bling rune sound effect is when you cast magic. I love it.
Well, hopefully you'll hear it right here. So there's an attack they do where they swallow me in a big fucking hole. Like, battles were relatively normal up until this point, and there's a magic hole that swallows me.
Oh, yeah. We rip open the texture, and it chews you, kind of.
Yeah.
The Starlight Pit chews you.
Yeah, the Starlight, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
I love Star Wars.
I keep getting smoked, then it backs me out of the battle and back to the cage screen.
Yeah.
Cage screen?
Cave
screen.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a cage screen in this game, too.
Music resumes.
Yeah. Pawn believes that this lady is too much and will never beat her.
Queen Ant.
Yes. Cleo agrees. Kanan tells us that we must protect him. Gremio says that he will protect the young master if the young master will run.
Is this fairly early in our game for our first unbeatable fight?
Yeah. Yes. But I think it's necessary here, I think, for what we're about to see. Cleo's not sure that we can make it out of here. Were you waiting? What was your thought process here? What were you waiting to happen right here, Eric, when you played this game the first time?
Supernatural interference.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you were waiting for like a heroic anime rescue by a cool hero.
No. There's shit up with Ted. I assumed Ted was going to do something magic.
Okay, good. Well, guess what?
It's being
Ted.
telegraphed.
Yeah. Ted asks us all to step back. He's got an idea. And I say, okay, Ted.
Your best friend's about to kill himself.
Yes, sort of.
I tell Ted, okay, and he says, let me handle this. Did I ever let you down? And I say, I don't know because I've known you for an hour.
Yeah, true.
It seems like Suikoden is about to blow the only mystery it has established.
That's true. Ted goes into battle alone and blings a very specific rune. We've seen it in the artwork for Retrograde Amnesia and in the intro movie.
His ultimate enemy resumes.
Yes.
A glyph appears above Ted's head, which plays 60 space sound effects, engulfs the Queen Ant in a black hole, and wipes her from existence.
Yeah.
The ordinary best friend has a magic secret. Kanan then uses a cuss word.
You can't believe this shit.
No.
But shit is not the word.
It's not. He says, what the hell?
Yeah. Is hell a cuss word?
What was the first time you saw a game say profanity? Like, this had to be it. Or like 7 was this for me, but 7 was, 9 months later.
Yeah, it's true.
They said hell in my PlayStation game.
Gosh.
Gremio can't believe this shit. Ted offers explanation, which is, sorry, but I can't explain right now.
Yeah, he'll tell Tyr when we get home.
But don't ask now. Let's get rid of the bandits and get back to Gregminster. And something I wondered later I'm wondering, with the bandits, are we injuring them or are we doing murders? And the answer, due to what happens much later in the game, is when we do these fights, we're doing murders.
Yeah.
We're doing killing.
Yeah, we're doing...
It's a blood mess.
Doing a killing. So we regroup, but as we do so, Kanan says something that introduces another mystery that will be resolved shortly. He says, this must be what Commander Craze was talking about. So Ted is here for a reason.
They baited him out, right?
Yeah, they baited him out and they sent Teo north so that they could get Ted out into action.
So the whole thing is a work.
It is a work, but I mean, there are actually things going on up north, but it is a work indeed. I heal up because I know how to heal in this game. And
I don't.
And I move forward. The cave walls now appear to be sort of man-made. Like the structural walls now have like these wooden beams as if there's like a mine or they've been...
Abandoned mine civilization type thing.
Yeah, or this is like a path that the bandits created to their hideout. And I found a thunder rune piece. That's the type of rune piece that you can attach to your weapon. You must do it at a blacksmith.
Yes. When you make it back out, a distant mountain resumes.
Yeah, we climb some stairs and reach the top of the mountain, I think.
We find a floating blue orb pedestal.
Yeah, that's called a save point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You like save points?
I do.
There's no noise, though, unfortunately.
I head north from here and meet two fuckers.
Yeah.
One is Varkas, a man with a metal chin strap from his helmet, a cute green hat, and a red shirt.
Yeah, he's got, I think it's a turban.
Okay.
A little bit. That's how I saw it. This guy steps forward and asks us unusual visitors what we want. And there's another guy there too, and he hasn't spoken yet, so we haven't seen his portrait.
Kenan steps forward to talk some shit.
Yep.
Lesson up, you bandits. I, Kenan, Assistant Commander of the Imperial Guard of the Golden Emperor Barbarossa, have come here to teach you a lesson. Turn yourself in, tax thieves. So they didn't tell Kenan that this is a work. He still thinks he's doing the mission.
Yeah.
Okay. Varkas speaks now and says he can't believe this shit and calls Kenan a petty clerk. I'm Varkas, the Whirlwind Axe.
That's pretty cool. Also, calling somebody a petty clerk is a pretty good diss when they're in some sort of like imperial, it's like some sort of imperial magistrate who has not reached a verdict.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have.
You just call him a clerk. It's pretty good. Yes. He then tells his friend Sidonia to introduce himself. Sidonia, a man of ragged hair.
And a permanent smirk.
Yeah, he's good. He says, why bother?
He looks like a bully from 1987.
It's true. He kind of looks like Budnick.
Budnick or like a Lost Boys cast member.
Yeah, there you go.
A member of Cats out of costume.
We'll find out later that Sidonia's kind of catchphrase is heh.
Oh, a good heh. My favorite AOL Instant Messenger reply.
Heh. Varkas then calls him an affable fellow. He refers to him as the marksman Sidonia. Varkas then calls us the Imperial tax robbers and tells us to get out of here before we get hurt. Eric, we're the baddies.
Yeah, right? Pon springs to life, declaring himself the renowned Imperial hero.
Yeah.
Cleo tells Pon to shut up and not join in their games.
Yeah, she's like, we cannot be doing anime introductions here. We're here to do a job, although I think I might be doing bad things.
I could stay and learn more about my crew. Kenan threatens the pair again, and Varkas sicks his goons on us.
Yeah, 6 bandits.
Identical to the ones we've been slaughtering and leaving for dead in the caves.
Yes.
But Kenan still jumps back. What are you doing? Hurry up and fight. We get into a battle of 5 bandits. 2 red bandanas, 1 with yellow, and 2 in the back with green. I kill them in 2 turns with my sharp blades.
Great. Glad you sharpened your bow staff.
Varkas speaks. You guys are hopeless. I'll take you on myself. Sidonia, give me a hand. Sidonia laughs and we're in a fight. I beat the shit out of these guys and get 700 bits, presumably all of their money.
Did you not get to see their attacks?
No.
Shit. Well,
what'd they do, Chris?
Sidonia has a sick teleport ninja stab attack. He'll instead of jumping ahead like our characters do, he will teleport into a stab.
Hold on, he can teleport? This human man can teleport?
Yes.
Okay.
Which, think about that for later. Anyway, yeah, I think Varkas just does regular axe attacks, but that's about it.
Distant Mountain resumes.
And Pon's talking shit.
Yeah.
Asking them if they're ready to give up. Kenan steps forward and tells them that this is what they get for defying him. Cleo notes that Kenan did not do shit.
Kenan's really setting himself up to be like the bloviating doofus type guy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's here to kind of be the personification of what the Empire is.
Yeah.
What we're supposed to learn about
But it's ironic because he doesn't know he's part of the system and also being worked.
Also, there's probably a decent chance that we would not have been bamboozled to go take care of Grady's problem for him if Kenan were not here to make dumb decisions.
That's a good point.
Varkas then wonders how he could be defeated by the Imperial dogs of Dog Street.
The Bouncer.
Kenan orders us to capture the bandits and we fade out. Time to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he actually says hell again, so we've got 2 hell count. There appears to be more paths to the north, but Suikoden then auto-walks me out of this place.
Yeah.
Pon, toward the end of the grass path at the end, steps out of the party. He says, phew, that idiot sure moves fast on the way down. Kenan no-sells this and tells us all to hurry up as we're off to a hero's welcome in Rockland.
Yeah, it's interesting that you don't get to progress further or go explore that little hut. But one thing that I'm curious to find out, because to my recollection, Suikoden does a relatively decent job of using its locations multiple times.
Yeah.
So
economically distributing the geography.
Yeah, but also I think it works really well for a game that is supposed to be set in a. Well, I mean, all games are set in worlds, but it's set in a lived-in world that has like moving pieces in terms of the politics and who's in charge of what.
Something I'm curious about with locations is the only time we're getting polygons now is when it goes to the battle screen, when it's like a rough texture map over like our sprites are on top. And sometimes there's enemies that are polygons too, but I'm curious if any other mode in this game exists that's actually polygons or if it's all like super sprites.
I think pretty much it's all sprites unless there's, well, we'll see they do use polygons in at least one other thing that we'll see later. There's no reason for me to say that.
I just felt like when games started coming out with polygons, like everyone was in Sega's position where it's like, what do you mean there's polygon? We made a 2D. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be 2D. No.
Unfortunately, Sega was right, but they didn't win.
Yeah.
I mean, we needed polygons. Eventually.
Yeah, no,
but it was a step that we needed, but we just could not coexist.
Those games are beautiful. Rockland plays as we get back to Rockland.
Yeah.
I approach Grady's house by the well off to the east. 2 Imperial soldiers are stomping out the fucking kids by the wall. The kid is on the ground, face down, ass up, and the soldier is sticking his boot into his asshole and saying, "You've muddled my shiny boots, you little rat." The little girl with the pigtails is crying. He then asks who the hell we are and tells us to beat it and get away. 2 choices, Chris. You missed this?
I missed this.
Cool. You can fight them or not fight them. I fight them. It's 3 Imperial soldiers. They have a sword, a spear, and an axe. I murder them. When it comes back up, you know what the children do? Nothing. They go back to their old, "I know you're not a soldier because you didn't hit me" type thing.
That sucks.
So I've killed men in front of these kids. I've traumatized them.
How?
And they've immediately evacuated it from their face brains. What?
How was I able to walk past them without noticing them?
Excellent question. You can get to Grady's house by 2 different ways, right? Like you can get from the right or the left.
Oh, maybe I went around through the graveyard.
It's possible.
That sucks that I missed it. That's another good little mark in terms of Tyr and his gang learning about the Empire.
Yeah, that like would really, because later on we'll talk about, what are we going to do about our, membership in the Imperial? I would be like, we've already killed Imperial soldiers.
Yeah.
Like that's crossing a line, even if you are the general's kid.
Well, yeah, but
I killed my dad's guys.
I think they're like subleased ones because they're
contracted out. It's a PMC down the road.
Well, these are Grady's guys and not necessarily, they don't necessarily work for the Imperial Army, even though they share the same sprites.
You say so.
I guess. I'm just justifying it.
Let's go back to Grady's.
Yeah, Grady's manservant brings Grady to the front as our party disperses. We present our captives as Grady tells us that he is impressed. We did not waste any time capturing the tax thieves. Varkas then takes issue with this. He says that Grady is the tax thief.
Right.
No, you. Grady ignores this and has the fellers placed in the dungeon, which is not really a dungeon. That's actually a backyard, which we'll see later.
Chris, who do you believe is the tax thief? The 2 men conspiring with bandits and monsters in the mountains, or the dipshit living in the mansion in the impoverished community defined by its graveyard and rocks?
Absolutely the latter. Okay, it's got to be. I mean, I wish they would have used a different word than bandits. Because bandits and
robbers, thieves.
No, like a more
hoodlums.
A more noble word. Like merry
freedom
men,
fighters.
Merry men.
Okay.
I don't know. Because
merry men have to exist in the woods. There are no woods.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately. Grady then gives us 10,000 bits.
Hell yeah.
But
a small gift from the villagers.
Yeah. Kanan says that he'll hold on to it. Yeah.
10,000 bits stolen. Stolen, Chris.
Yeah.
Can tax money really be stolen?
Yes. No.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, just.
Kanan thanks his own efforts for capturing the bandits, then suggests we get back to Gregminster. I want to report my success to Commander Craze right away. Did you go back to Gregminster?
I did, because I follow orders. I'm a good soldier. I'm a good troop. I'm a good cop.
That's right. Beautiful Golden City place.
It is beautiful. When we get to the gates, Kanan quickly hops out of the party, saying that he's going to report to Commander Craze.
He pieces out. Can I introduce some new terminology here?
Yeah.
When our characters are Tyr Mictal and then they all split up into others, can I call that partying out and partying in?
Yeah, I like that better.
Okay.
Than saying having to use the word disperse is dangerous.
Yeah.
I might slip over that one a little bit.
Dispense.
Yeah.
Distribute. Disrupt. Disturbed. We party out and Pawn immediately calls Kanan on his bullshit, implying Kanan is going to take all the credit for himself. Cleo suggests Pawn should let it go, as it wasn't that big of an accomplishment anyway. So that's like kind of a hard off right there, where it's like, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I kill bandits all the time. Not that big of a deal. 10,000 bits, what do I give a shit? I live in the general's house.
Yeah. I got my own room.
Cleo wants to go rest. Gremio wants to go home and fix Tyr something to eat, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Ted, who I'm now convinced is Tyr's invisible friend, thinks that would be terrific. Kanan, out of fucking nowhere, tells Ted to come with him. Ted asks why, and Kanan says a cryptic, "Oh, nothing much. It'll be over soon."
It's odd that no one questions this.
Yeah.
Like Ted briefly does, but...
I mean, we don't know what... I get the implication Ted has not been to the palace because he asked Tyr what the Emperor looked like or something yesterday.
He wanted to know about Lady Wendy, yeah.
Yeah. So this can't be a normal thing.
Yeah, I understand why Ted would go. I just don't understand why Gremio wouldn't be like, yo, Ted, what, huh?
Now that General Tail's missing, no one knows what to do with their lives. It's like mom's gone forever.
Yeah, it's true.
Ted reminds Tyr he has something to tell Tyr later. We go back to the Mictal house. McDole. Main theme arranged guitar version plays.
Oh, it's so nice. Pawn calls it Home Sweet Home, and Gremio's going to go cook, and it fades to black.
The music stops. It's now a rainy thunderstorm outside.
Yes, nothing but a rainstorm. It appears that dinner is done because Pawn is announcing that he is stuffed. So I had a bit of a time skip here.
Sure beats the dried meat we've been eating.
Yeah.
Finally, some food fit for humans. So,
Being out here eating hog jerky.
yeah, I assume they have packs with like Slim Jims in them, right? Not, actual dried meat, dried lamb, grapes. Cleo casts shade on Pawn's newfound discovery of taste, telling us Pawn would eat anything to fill his stomach. Grimio pops in, saying he's made some tea. A lot of tea in this game.
A lot of tea.
Tea society.
Indeed. I think you get control briefly, and you can talk to Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
She notes that Tyr must miss his father.
Not so much, or I guess I'm a bit lonely, or Cleo's here, so I'm fine. Would you pick, Chris?
I picked the second one that said, since Cleo's here, it's all right. She barks back, asking where I learned such language.
What the hell does this mean?
From Pawn, ? I think maybe he was supposed... I think the translation was... Or the original implication was supposed to be like you saying something about being, Cleo's here.
Is he hitting on Cleo?
Yeah. I think that was...
Remember the age of Cleo? She's like 27?
Yeah, Cleo was late 20s.
And is Tyr a child boy?
16.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
it's fine.
It's not
whatever. Consent. I speak to Pawn, who is taken aback by the amount of...
It's not fine, but like...
you should probably... It's limited options.
In this case, it's a joke.
If you say so, man. We're just joking around here. It's not serious parody account. I speak to Pawn, who is taken aback by the amount of bad things people are saying about the Imperial Army. Cleo chimes in. Compared to the days when we won the War of Succession, the Army's reputation has gone down the drain.
Yeah.
Maybe just from your point of view, Cleo, perhaps it's been bad always.
Yeah, it's like, you grow up. Remember, when I was, 16, I had a different opinion about the United States Army as I did when I'm...
Yeah. Grimio offers one solution. That's because of the shady characters like Craze and Kanan doing whatever they like. Chris, was everyone on my team born yesterday? Or Suikoden suggesting everyone in the McDull household has been swallowing father's bullshit and genuinely believes they are not the baddies?
Yes. I think that actually is true.
Have you ever known any like career military guys in their 50s to late 50s? How like they're still all about that shit and it's like formed their personality and they don't... I don't argue with them because it's pointless, but like there's like an intimidation factor there where you don't question anything. One, because you don't want to get in that argument, and two, you live in his house.
Yeah.
Right?
Also true. Yeah. But there are also people that come in the military that are completely the opposite.
Yeah, totally. No, I agree.
Yeah. Who
talking about like the career people who are gone and are still living by those rules. Mm-hmm. Grimio notes that Ted is late, especially after he said he would be right back. And the stew is getting cold, Chris.
Yeah.
I go downstairs and new music plays. This is just a rumor.
Yeah. This is not a rumor though, because he's out cold.
He's laid out.
Yeah. He's in a unique sprite.
He moans when Tyr approaches, and Grimio comes down the stairs and can't believe this shit. He summons Cleo and Pawn in to give them all a hand. Cleo wonders, all this blood in this wound, it's not natural. Magic? Grimio commands Tyr to help bring Ted in, and you can pick what to do.
Yeah.
Help or don't help.
I help.
I would like to believe that this choice is a reflection of mistrusting Ted, but that's probably more toward Tyr not believing he should have to help the help.
Yeah, also possibly true. It's interesting too that the implication that Ted's wounds are magical, like they can distinguish.
They just saw him do magic an hour ago.
No, I mean he's been wounded by magic.
So is there any suspicion that he like did too much magic and magicked himself?
Yeah. Weird.
I help. It fades to black and the music stops, resuming the thunderstorm noise.
Yeah. In Ted's room, Cleo wonders if he was attacked by thugs on his way back from the palace.
Yeah, but then, there's not thugs in Gregminster, not the beautiful Golden City, Chris.
No, of course not. But then, why would he have a magic wound, she says.
That's right. Ted wakes up, groggy. Where am I? Where are they? The Imperial Guard. Aren't they here yet? Help me, Tyr. Grimio tells Ted to relax. Everything will be fine. Then Ted tells us a story through flashbacks.
Ooh, I love flashback stories.
This is just a rumor plays again.
Yeah, he's waiting outside of a room for Lady Wendy. I think almost the same room that we were waiting in earlier, maybe?
Yes, probably the same.
And he's becoming impatient because he's hungry, which is a very...
can't order Lady Wendy to hurry up,
It's a very Ted thing. Craze comes out and pulls Ted into the room. Ted approaches Wendy. Wendy says that it's been a while, hasn't it, little man? Noting that he hasn't changed in 300 years.
Damn.
Ted then recognizes Lady Wendy as, quote, that witch. So Ted had been living near Wendy for so long, or for at least some amount of time, but had never been given the opportunity to see her.
My thought now is the mortal entity of Ted has been Ted for 300 years, and is he only been Ted, or is I don't know the answer to this, but earlier he said he was only 300 years old. Now she says you haven't changed in 300 years, meaning is he older than 300 or exactly 300? I can't figure out.
Oh, good point.
Ted mortality rules.
It's true. She demands the rune on Ted's right hand. Eric, that's the rune called ?
Yeah, the power glove.
Yeah, as we saw in the inventory screen earlier. Ted backs up saying no way, he'd rather ... which I guess he would say die, maybe? He continues to back up and he puts his hand in the air and seems to tighten his glove, which is another unique Ted animation.
Yeah.
I'm very doubtful that this animation is ever used again. Something that Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2 are both known for, 2 especially, is that there are a lot of very...
bespoke.
There's a lot of unique sprite animations that are used for single scenes only.
That stuff's expensive too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you should feel like a privilege that you get to watch this unique animation.
I'm curious if in this game that's front-loaded, kind of like the anime in Xenogears was front-loaded.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hook him with the good shit.
Yep. He says, Eric, that this is the cursed rune. The Soul Eater. Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
The Soul Eater.
This is Dr. Claw on the second one.
Wendy tells him not to use that here. He'll destroy himself too.
Yeah, she interrupts him when he starts to talk about its power.
Yeah, he does it anyway.
Dude, yeah, my next note is capital letters. Oh, fuck, he did it. My boy did it.
Yeah.
And there's a noise for it.
Another good sound effect. I think it's the same one from before. The ooh.
Yeah, the 80s sound cartoon library.
Yeah, just use that one. Then we're back to the present.
The music stops. The rain resumes.
We are no longer Laguna. Sorry.
Ted tries to tell Tyr something, then passes out. Pawn can't believe this shit, wondering why the Imperial Guard was after Ted. Gremio gets suspicious, wondering if what Pawn is accusing Ted of. Quote, he's a good boy. Pawn wonders if they should contact the Imperial Guard, then looks to Tyr for validation.
Don't call the cops. Gremio steps to his fucking face. This is where Gremio shows a bit of a moral compass
spine.
here. Yeah. He tells Pawn that your best friend would never do anything to harm the Empire.
So Ted is Pawn's best friend too?
I guess.
He's everybody's best friend. He just lives here. No one knows a thing about him.
Yeah. Gremio is not in favor of calling the cops. Pawn is too worried about causing trouble while Master Teo is away. So no parties in the house while Dad's away. Cleo says that we'll wait until Ted wakes up, which I think maybe is a decent solution here.
Yeah, we have control. Gremio says not to worry. Ted would never get into trouble. Cleo thinks she's heard of the Soul Eater that Ted mentioned somewhere. If you X on Ted, he'll turn to face Tyr in bed but not speak.
Yeah, and Pawn, we're in Ted's room now, and Pawn is standing outside.
Yeah.
Kind of guarding the doorway, I guess.
Pawn notes that Ted's fever isn't getting any better, but he's leaving, going to wake up the shopkeeper to buy us some medicine. Chris, Pawn's about to go sell us out.
Never let your friends who like the cops go to Walgreens. Don't do it.
Tyr runs back to see Ted, and Gremio says it won't stop raining. Cleo says the rain is nasty and gives him the shivers. Ted moans in bed, and Cleo says he's waking up. Ted croaks out he's sorry to be a bother. Gremio says forget it, then immediately asks for clarification on this Soul Eater.
Yes.
New music. Touching theme plays.
Yes, the theme of touching.
Don't say it like that.
Sorry.
Ted said,
that'll be the last time I do that.
Tyr, please, will you do something for me? Response is available. What is it, Ted? Or no? I picked the first one because I am not insane. Ted tells Tyr to take off Ted's right glove. Gremio wonders what they find, and Cleo can't believe this shit.
Yeah.
It's one of the 27 true runes. Chris,
Yep.
is my boy Ted permanently gloved like Luke Skywalker and no one says shit?
It must be, because when you have a rune equipped to you, you can see it on your hand.
In the glove. Chris is opening up the Suikoden CD jewel case that he's modified.
Do you know where else you may have seen some of the 27 true runes that govern this
Absolutely
universe?
not.
On the disc.
Nice.
A lot of them are there.
Too bad my disc is a file on an SD card.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I just counted 28. Hold on a second.
Incorrect information on the disc. The secret rune.
These aren't, correction, egregious oversight. These are not all true runes. Some of these are just regular runes, because I can see the fire rune, the water rune.
The disc is a lie.
This is rated kids to adults. Remember that? For E for everyone. Anyway, go ahead.
KA, too many letters in one rating.
Yes, Ted acknowledges this. This one is called the Soul Eater, also known as the Cursed Rune or the Cursed Rune. He says, quote, the source of all this trouble and the reason the court magician Wendy is after me. Gremio asks why Lady Wendy would do such a thing. Ted doesn't know, but that witch wants this rune. He's been wandering this world for 300 years, trying to escape from her. So he's been wandering for 300 years, meaning he's over 300 years old.
Okay, yeah.
I guess.
Just the method of escape has been 300 years.
Yes. He never thought that she'd find him here in the city where they both live.
He also called her a witch and not like a wizard or a mage or a court magician or whatever.
Yeah. And I think we talked a little bit about this in Final Fantasy VIII, but I think Japan has a different relationship with the word witch. At least the word they use for witch. It doesn't necessarily imply evil, which I think is why they maybe changed the word to sorceress. Like it just has a different connotation to it. Ted admits that it was a mistake that he used his power at Mount Seifu.
Ted tells Tyr that with this wound, he will never escape from the witch. Quote, I hate to bring friendship into this, and knowing it will bring unhappiness, but you're the only one. Please protect this rune. 3 choices. I'll take it, Ted, don't worry. Or no. I'm sorry. 2 choices. I'll take it, Ted, don't worry. Or no. I tell Ted I'll take it because I'm playing this video game.
Yeah, and they would probably send you into an endless loop until you actually took it.
Yes, where destiny intercedes, Chris.
Yes.
Thank you, Tyr. This rune may bring you suffering. If it does, blame me, but you must never let it fall into Wendy's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your right hand, Tyr. Tyr kneels by the bed in a praying pose, and light from heaven shines down upon him inside the house.
Yeah, it's not from heaven, Eric, because this is the Soul Eater, the cursed room. It's light from...
Light can't come from hell, Chris. Fire and fury and brimstone can. Only light can come from heaven.
It's true. Anyway, Ted says he can relax now.
And there's a big crashing noise. The music, Theme of Tension Impact version plays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love when the
version is Impact. You like that? When I impact your version?
Yes, impact my version.
Your first impact, second impact, third impact. I have control. I talk to Ted, who tells Tyr he hasn't had a good night's sleep in 300 years.
Same.
But now I think I can. Chris, we just got conned. Like, we just got conned into taking this cursed rune glove from this magic boy in a bed.
Yeah, but
I don't trust Ted at all, dude. It's called the fucking, what is it, cursed glove? What is it?
The cursed rune.
Yeah, it's called cursed. It's called cursed. He gives us curse.
It's called the Soul Eater. You know why,
Fun
Eric?
time room. What?
You know why it's called the Soul Eater?
Because it eats souls?
Yes. Ding noise.
Never a good thing.
No, it's
Separating a soul from a body, bad thing.
No.
Eating that soul, very bad.
By the way, I'm glad that they went for like a very evil rune for the I don't know, the hero rune in this game.
The goddamn phantoms in Final Fantasy Spirits Within, also soul eaters.
Yes.
There's never a good soul eater in history. You ever see The Order with Heath Ledger? He ate souls for fun.
No, that's why it's called the cursed rune, Eric. Bad things are going to happen to you if you have this.
Chalking it up to 300 years of being delirious. What did I write that for? Front door.
Yep, pawns brought the cops.
Craze and some soldiers.
Yep, I think Kanan's here as well.
Give us Ted. We know he's here. Loyal pawn here told us. Cleo can't believe this shit.
Cleo's fucking pissed.
Neither can Gremio, actually.
Yeah. Pawn turns his back and says that he cannot allow any trouble while Master Teo is away. Pawn doesn't want Teo to lose trust in him. Please understand.
I love the phrase, please understand.
I do too. I don't like that Pawn is using it here because I can't understand why you'd sell me out, you motherfucker.
He wants to keep his job, Chris.
Yeah. Sure. Great.
Craze tells someone to drag Ted out of there. Soldiers move, but Cleo steps forward and tells Craze she won't allow it.
Yep.
No one, not even a commander of the Imperial Guard, can enter Master Teo's house without just cause. Gremio swears on his hatchet he won't let Craze pass.
Yeah. Have you ever sworn on a hatchet before?
No, I'm too afraid to pick one up. I'm not good with bladed items that aren't kitchen knives.
Is Gremio the only person to swear on a hatchet other than the kid from Hatchet?
I was going to say the kid from Hatchet's my next guess on that.
Okay. Ted shows up. Sprite moving very slowly.
Chris, was Ted faking this entire illness?
No, Eric, he's not.
He just said he's about to get a good night's rest for the first time in 3 centuries, and now he's up and at him.
Yeah,
it's a work, Chris.
It's about friendship, Eric.
I don't think so. I think it's a work. I think he just pawned his stupid, like it's like a vampire thing. They don't have to let them in. We have to willingly accept the cursed glove. No one just says, hey, wear my fucking glove for an hour.
I need you to trust
I'm going to bring
Ted.
a glove over here next time. You're going to wear it the entire podcast. What do you think about that?
I need you to trust Ted. Just trust Ted.
Is that the opening line of this? Do you believe in me?
Please tell me the answer.
Okay. Is the answer, should I trust Ted?
Yes. I guess.
I don't trust Ted. He looks weird. He has magic abilities. He fights witches, and he's passed out in my bed, and no one knows his point of origin. He just lives here. General Teo probably does. You don't just let some random kid live in your house with your kid and your paid servants.
It's fine.
It's a work.
Anyway, Craze asks if he's giving up. I guess he's whispering because Ted says to Tyr, they think I have the Soul Eater. I'll be the bait while you escape.
Response is no, we're all right.
Yep, Gremio wonders what will happen to Ted. I agree to this plan. Gremio pushes back, saying that Ted will never get away with that wound.
We're doing all of this right in front of Craze.
Yeah, we're having like we all squatted on the floor to make a plan. Cleo tells him to be quiet, and the young master knows it too. Or the young master knows this is true.
The gang conspires to escape to the back of the kitchen. They make a fucking break for it and leave Ted's dumbass behind.
Yeah, all good chefs like Gremio have good hidden passages to escape while cooking.
Ted thanks Tyr, quote, "In 300 years, you were my only true friend." I don't trust this. They're landing on too thick, Chris.
That's not true because he had a lot of friends in Suikoden 4.
See? The game can't even decide what it wants.
I don't know if he was part of the 108 Stars of Destiny of Suikoden 4, but I'm going to assume he was. And
did you play Suikoden 4?
I didn't finish it. But
Shit, dude. Some Suikoden super fan you are.
I did get Ted.
Okay.
So, he had some friends, I think. They must be assholes.
Did you finish 5?
Fade out. Yeah, I like 5.
Yeah.
5's good.
We fading out?
We're fading out.
Now fading out.
And I think we're fading out of this podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Join us next time for Rainy Gregminster.
Oh, I love when it rains in Gregminster. You want to consult the RealNet?
Absolutely.
Initializing RealNet.
Psycho Paladin Jr. says, so Kanan is the Dwight Schrute of the Empire, getting assistant to the regional manager vibes from that title he's provided.
I didn't watch more than an episode of the U.S. Office, so I only know Dwight Schrute from memes from 10 years ago.
Yeah, me too. Migalicious says low-level managerial douchebag.
It's a character class in real life and fictional RPGs.
Oh, also, SSD Ninja points something out that we haven't experienced yet, but we will once we get some healing magic. If you have cast a healing spell on one of your characters, and the battle ends, like you defeat the enemy before that spell comes up, they'll still cast it.
So it'll heal them?
Yeah, so it'll heal.
Okay, yeah, it won't waste your MP. Do you have MP? What the hell?
You have usages of spells.
Okay.
So it'll be like 5, 3, 2, 1 based on the list.
Per battle or ever?
Ever. Until you sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got to manage that as you get spells. But SSD Ninja says this reminds me of the best sim game ever, Sim Ant.
Super Nintendo game, right?
I got Sim Ant. I didn't buy it, but I rented it and I couldn't penetrate that game. I never figured it out.
That was one of those games that I saw for rent, and like to me, it sniffed out like edutainment. So I never actually I could play SimCity at school if I really want to.
I rented some like Koei games to try to figure them out, and I never really did until I got older. Like something of the Phoenix, Wall of the Phoenix, something like that.
Crisp is thinking of Rise of the Phoenix.
PTO.
Pacific Theater of War. I have that game for Saturn.
I think there's 2 PTOs on Aerobiz Supersonic.
Aerobiz is like one of the most valuable SNES games, right?
Is it really?
Yeah. It's basically like a plane runway, like landing simulator, right? Am I thinking of something else? Like air traffic control?
Yeah. It's like an airport simulator. Played Planet Coaster today. Pretty fun.
Planet Coaster's all right. I prefer Scream Ride for my coaster simulations.
The Beyonder says they didn't respect Ted's rights, so Ted didn't respect their right to live.
The spider thing, sure. But, I mean...
Yeah. I think that's the reference.
Okay.
SSD Ninja says friendly fascism is evolving. Friendly fascism became friendly indentured servitude.
Where no one really is aware of their circumstance and just operates as part of machinery.
Mm-hmm. Shy Guy 32 says Queen Ants love screaming holes.
I was thinking of Screaming Hole when we were down there.
Shy Guy 32 says I hear Ted is like an ocean of stars. Please see our Star Ocean miniseries at patreon.com/retroam, where Eric played Star Ocean and I played Star Ocean First Departure R. John Doe says Pawn almost introducing himself with a cool anime bandit name is a really good gag. Renegades. Shy Guy 32 says Outlaws, Renegade. When I was looking for a better word for bandit.
Yeah, Renegade's all right.
Or Outlaws. That might work too. SSC Ninja says all taxation is theft. There is some confusion about the currency in this game. It is bits, but a lot of people thought it was Poch. But Poch is the currency in Suikoden 2, which I don't know if that's a relocalization or if that is just we live in a different society.
You think Cydonia and what's the other one's name?
Varkas.
Do you think they're part of the sovereign citizen movement?
What's the sovereign citizen movement? Is that
where you can like try to get arrested and renounce your rights because the United States of America was like sold in 1830 and
that has nothing to do with the truckers.
I'm sure there's a Venn diagram overlap there.
Okay. I'm a little out of touch. I had to for 3 weeks. I thought the Canadian trucker thing was a labor movement because I just
Oh man, you got duped. You
yeah,
didn't-
because I just kind of unplugged from the news for just a little bit. Just
Yeah, congratulations.
I heard just like I was like aware of headlines, but I was not.
So you became a regular American citizen.
Yeah, I just needed to
Yeah, no, it's
detach
fine.
for a little bit, and then I
Uh-huh.
was like, all right, I got to figure out about this Canadian trucker thing.
To
And I was like,
understand what's
what
happening.
the fuck? It was not a good awakening. The Beyonder says Gremio says Scarlet Lives Matter. That's more of a pawn thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, Pawn. I'm personally disappointed in Pawn at
Yeah.
the moment. I mean, I knew someone had like it's not quite a full backstab, but I knew there was a betrayer among us.
SSC Ninja says the cop is coming from inside the house.
Yeah,
Happens.
should have locked the door into. Hey, Pawn, just give me your key before you go get ass medicine or whatever Ted needs.
Shy Guy 32 says this is a Wendy's. Huh!
Wendy and
Eric Von Ein says Wendy will compress time with the Soul Eater rune. Several folks are saying that Ted didn't really get too close, didn't really become good friends with anyone in Suikoden 4.
a disappointing callback. There's Rico in this game.
there's plenty of Ricos, that's for sure. Okay, that's it for the Real Net tonight. Thank you. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on February 21st, 2021. Thanks, Mark, for the introductory music.
You're welcome, Chris.
And
Thank you, Mark, for the soft mod Wii U tutorial.
Yeah, it's great. Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod. We have a YouTube channel as well. You can listen to us there if you want, I guess. If you like us, tell a friend. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. You can get early access, bonus episodes, mini-series, voting rights for our next series, and access to the RealNet on Discord. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Until next time.
Yes, we will kill Ted, the lying betrayer of gloved worlds.
And now you may go back to sleep.
If you like, you got to bring your own caffeine to the Four Loko.
I'm not.
Dilute, crush up caffeine pills, and put
That's
that in
not.
your-
That's not what I want to happen to my body in 2022.
But that's what I'm saying. If they're making hard Mountain Dew, is there going to be caffeine in it? Make your bet right now.
Yes, I think there's going to be like at least some amount of caffeine in it.
Skin off, but I can't do that. I just disintegrate the fucking pepper. I didn't know if you had any pepper skin peeling hot tips for my sound check.
Hot pepper tips.
I don't think jalapenos are that hot.
No, I don't either. I mean, if you can buy them at a baseball stadium, they're not hot.
Yeah, that's true. They wouldn't risk it. What's in my pocket?
Move the mic a little bit closer to your
Face mouth?
face mouth.
Face mouth.
Like that? You ever play Guitar Man? PS2 game?
I've tinkered with it, but I think it was on a PlayStation Classic, and I didn't want to.
Hold on, wait.
It didn't work.
You put it on a PlayStation Classic.
I just dumped
Okay,
a bunch of
yeah.
shit on there.
All right,
yeah. And it didn't. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, the emulation, that's a heavy, like Parappa, it's relies a lot on response time, and if you mess that up through emulation, you've fucked the whole thing up. Kind of like how Punch-Out didn't work real well on the NES Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Guitar Man's a PS2 game, dude. No, you didn't.
No, it's not.
I will bet you $1,000 Guitar Man is a PS2 game.
I'm thinking of Jammer Lamb.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Also a good game.
Yeah.
Also impossible to play if you mess the emulation up. Pretend that word vertical is an actual phonetic word and try to say that out loud. Let me know what that sounds like to you.
I noticed this the other day. Kabum.
Yeah.
Kabum.
Yeah, you just said come. Way to go.
Kabum. Kabum. Enter an ancient world of bravery, mysticism, and romance. I like how it says romance.
Yeah, romance is important.
There's not really much romance in this game from the in the traditional sense, but there's plenty of romance in this game.
Yes.
Like romantic dreams and whatnot.
Yeah. Three Kingdoms style romance.
Yes, exactly. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, Eric, we're here. We are heading back to... Oh, hold on. Let me get my notes before I say that, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, okay. So, don't go to the zoo.
By our high school.
Yeah, don't go to the zoo. Nobody. Stay away from that place. Or Louis Chicken. Or...
I need to go back to Louis Chicken.
the off-track betting.
That's gone. That's gone. It's not there anymore.
Really?
It was an abandoned building last time I drove by.
Oh.
Off-track betting.
Sorry, I just lost everything.
The whole podcast? Mount Seifu, distant. Excuse me.
Hopefully you already heard it.
Hey, somebody didn't turn their phone off.
Is that
That's
you?
the Death Stranding thumbs up sound. Text from Mark Shepard. I'm downloading Wii U games directly off the Nintendo server before they're completely taken down. They require a soft mod. Do you want to know how to do it?
Thanks, Mark.
Shepard.
Tell him to come on the podcast and tell us everybody how to do it.
How to mod a Wii U. My brother has my Wii U.
Today my kid asked me, he said, Dad, if you're a boxer, are you allowed, or no, he said, Dad, are you allowed to join the army if you're a boxer? And I said, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, why do you got to go to jail if you're a boxer?
Did he read some Muhammad Ali facts?
Yeah,
today?
they had to read about somebody for Black History Month, and his was Muhammad Ali.
Good pick.
And,
solid.
And
interesting conclusions he leapt to there.
Yeah, I smoothed it out for him.
I was going to say, like, I would hit him with the hard truth, but you can't tell a 6-year-old that shit.
I did tell him that I did sort of try to explain in parent language, like about conscientious objection.
There you go. Relate it as best you can.
Yeah. Anyway, I said he didn't believe in fighting, and he goes, well, I believe in fighting. And I said, well, let me explain to you what the kind of fighting that he didn't believe in. And then we talked about that. Anyway, it was a great moment.
Long live Muhammad Ali.
Shit.
Tyr kneels by the bed in the praying pose. Noise. Light from heaven shrines. Fucking hell.